Yuan Ao Master became so strong that we have to watch 3 episodes before he self-destructs. A target who normally should have been handled quickly turned that entire raid into chaos. He had a weapon that should not exist, armor that laughed at tier 5 attacks, and enough raw power from a single piece of black divine wood to fight off multiple peak universe masters at the same time. It took everything they had just to corner him into blowing himself up. Today we are breaking down the Universe Masters War, ranking every fighter in that battle from weakest to strongest, and explaining exactly what made each one dangerous in their own way. Welcome back to Donghua Minute. Let's get into it. Before we rank anyone, let's quickly set the scene because context matters here. Yuan Ao Master is the target. Normally a standard tier 4 special life form, but he got his hands on a piece of black divine wood. That weapon burns divine power to produce attacks at the tier 6 level. That is the key number to keep in mind throughout this whole breakdown. Tier 6 attack power coming from a being who should not be anywhere near that level. That is why this raid went sideways and why it took this many heavy hitters to shut him down. Now let's go through the fighters. Number 7. Sea Lotus Master. Sea Lotus Master is not here to punch things. That is just not the role. The speciality is long-range restriction arrays, spatial lockdown, and illusions. In a straight brawl against someone hitting at tier 6 power, Sea Lotus Master's direct attacks are not going to get the job done, and that becomes clear early. But the role in this battle is genuinely important. Keeping Yuan Ao Master locked inside the Yuan Ao secret region, preventing teleportation, shutting down escape routes, that is all Sea Lotus Master. If Yuan Ao slips out through a universe pathway, this whole operation falls apart. The spatial coordinate lockdown holds everything together. And after Yuan Ao is forced to self-destruct, Sea Lotus Master immediately switches from support mode to competitive mode, using domain tools to contest the dropped treasures against the other masters. Not the biggest fighter in the room, but absolutely necessary for the mission to work. Number 6. Flame Emperor. Now this is where things get interesting because Flame Emperor is one of the most complicated fighters in this whole battle, and not because of his power level. He is a former disciple of Sitting Mountain Guest, which already tells you something about his foundation. He has the Force Armor and the Flame Emperor Halberd. The Force Armor specifically makes him nearly indestructible against tier 5 and tier 6 physical attacks. He can walk straight into Yuan Ao's attack range without flinching, while other masters have to be more careful about positioning. Alongside Nine Remoteness Master, he is one of the primary heavy hitters in this fight. His physical defense is so strong that he can absorb punishment that will force other masters to back off and keep pressing forward. But here is the thing, he is deliberately holding back. He is saving energy not to finish the fight faster, but so he can make his move the second Yuan Ao goes down. His plan the whole time is to blitz the battlefield and grab the black divine wood and the map fragments before anyone else can react. His greed is actively limiting how useful he is during the actual fight. He has the tools to be higher impact in this battle. He chooses not to use them fully because he is playing a different game from everyone else in that alliance. Number 5. Yuan Ao Master himself. Yes, the target gets a spot on the ranking because what he does in this battle earns it. On paper, Yuan Ao is a tier 3 Universe Master who made a deal he probably should not have made. But with the Black Divine Wood amplifying his output to tier 6, he becomes something the Alliance genuinely struggles to contain. He fights off multiple tier 4 and tier 5 masters simultaneously. He survives Nine Remoteness Master's ultimate technique with very little damage. Nine Remoteness Master. The guy who leads the Ancestral God Sect's punishment force and has virtually infinite divine power. Yuan Ao takes his ultimate technique and keeps going. It takes the combined efforts of multiple pinnacle and top tier universe masters plus a true god involvement to finally corner him. And even then, he does not go down cleanly. He forces a self-destruct, scatters the treasures everywhere, and turns the whole situation into a scramble. For a tier 3 master with an external weapon, he makes the most powerful beings in this battle work harder than any of them expected to. Number 4. Ice Summit Master. Ice Summit Master is the younger brother of the Chaos City Lord. That alone tells you this is not a regular Universe Master. He is the vanguard for the Human Alliance, going in close quarters against Yuan Ao Master and using Icy Law domains to limit the target's movement. His domain floods the entire battle area with freezing vapor that suppresses Yuan Ao's speed and agility. Combined with Luo Feng's Shiwu wings controlling space coordinates, this basically creates a cage that Yuan Ao cannot easily move inside of. His maxed out willpower means he can stay in that close quarters pressure situation longer than most masters would be comfortable with. He is not just technically strong, he is mentally built for the kind of grinding close range fight this battle turns into. And he has a backup plan ready the whole time. A Pinnacle Ceiling Palace prepared specifically to permanently confine Yuan Ao if they cannot get a clean kill. That kind of preparation and tactical thinking while fighting at close range against someone hitting tier 6 is genuinely impressive. Number 3. Golden Horn Master. A peak tier 5 Universe Master representing the Space Beast Alliance. And the numbers on this guy are staggering when you actually look at him. His domain alone has a radius of 80 light years. His flying palace is around 60 million miles tall. His physical framework gives him massive natural defense and striking power that most masters simply cannot match in raw physical terms. As a Golden Horn Beast, he had 4 divine bodies before reaching his current state. 4. That foundation compounds everything he does as a Universe Master. His role in this battle is to physically wall off Yuan Ao Master from breaking through the perimeter, and his size and defense make him perfect for that. You are not going around or through Golden Horn Master without a serious plan, only slightly beneath the level of a suppressed true god operating inside the original universe. That is the tier this being sits at, and it shows throughout this battle. Number 2, Luo Feng. Still technically a Universe Venerable during this arc. Still somehow the second most impactful fighter in this entire battle. His life G level at this point has reached 60,000 times. That is so far past the 10,081 perfect limit we talked about in earlier videos that the comparison almost does not make sense. That life gene level gives him base divine power that genuinely competes at the high end of Universe Masters. He is not borrowing that power from a pearl or an identity. That is just what his body produces now. He comes in with the Shiwu wings, the robbery armor, and the star tower. The wings let him control battlefield space in a way nobody else in this fight can replicate. Robbery armor lets him stand there and absorb Yuan Ao Master's supreme strikes without being pushed back. The star tower handles everything else defensively. His one-on-one against Yuan Ao before the alliance arrives ends in a stalemate, and that detail is important. Luo Feng cannot break through Yuan Ao's ultimate armor at that stage. But Yuan Ao cannot hurt or move Luo Feng either. A Venerable and a boosted tier 5 fighter hitting each other and neither one making progress. That is how strong Luo Feng's defense is at this point. When Yuan Ao finally self-destructs, Luo Feng is the one holding down the space coordinate locks and tanking the explosion fallout. He secures a piece of the Black Divine Wood while everything is still chaos around him. He is the wild card of this entire operation, the being nobody can properly account for because his rank says one thing and everything he does says something else. Number 1. Nine Remoteness Master. This is not a close contest. Nine Remoteness Master is a special life form whose primary body is the Nine Remoteness Ocean itself. His divine body is 10 light years in diameter, 10 light years. His life gene level sits at 10,000, which combined with that body size gives him reserves of divine power that are for practical purposes unlimited. He does not run out of energy, he just keeps going while everyone else around him is managing their resources carefully. He leads the Ancestral God Sect's punishment force into this battle, and his role is to suppress Yuan Ao Master's true god level attacks without taking permanent damage, and that is exactly what he does. Yuan Ao is hidden at tier 6 power with the Black Divine Wood. Nine Remoteness Master absorbs it, keeps functioning, and maintains pressure. His home territory, the Nine Remoteness space, makes him completely unbeatable if a fight happens there. Inside the original universe, he has no reason to fear true gods. He can kill Universe Masters while barely registering the damage to himself. He is the ceiling of this battle, the being that everyone else in that fight is operating below. And he does his job without drama, without a flashy finish, just an overwhelming wall of infinite divine power that Yuan Ao ultimately cannot overcome. That is the full ranking. Number 7, Sea Lotus Master, the tactical backbone who keeps the whole operation from falling apart. Number 6, Flame Emperor, a heavy hitter who is deliberately saving himself for the treasure grab. Number 5, Yuan Ao Master, the target who made everyone in that battle work for it. Number 4, Ice Summit Master, the Chaos City Lord's brother and the vanguard who makes the cage around Yuan Ao possible. Number 3, Golden Horn Master, a tier 5 peak powerhouse with numbers that are almost hard to read out loud. Number 2, Luo Fang, a Universe Venerable doing things that masters cannot explain. And number 1, Nine Remoteness Master, the being with infinite divine power and a body 10 light years across who walks through tier 6 attacks and does not blink. Let me know in the comments who surprised you the most in this ranking. A lot of people sleep on how much work Ice Summit Master did in this battle, and I want to hear if you agree. See you in the next one.